the Chirp YouTube channel. I'm here today to talk to you a teeny little bit about homeschooling. I was asked a question by a family who was wondering if homeschooling might be a good option for their daughter who has developmental delays. I'm going to tell you today 5 reasons why I do not normally recommend homeschooling for children with diagnoses and developmental delays. The first reason is because even though families know their child best, usually the family member who would be doing the teaching is not a specialist in the area where the child needs the most assistance. For example, if your child has communication delays, but your background is in electrical engineering, you are not the best professional to teach your child those communication skills that she is missing. The public schools are going to put the right professionals with your child. Having worked in a number of different public schools for a number of years, I am willing to tell you that sometimes your child is not going to have the best teacher. Sometimes the speech pathologist will not know quite how to help your child learn the skills that you think she should be learning. But these people will have the background, they will have the education, and they will have the certification that is best for the type of person that you want to be teaching your child. If you happen to have a child with autism and your professional background is teaching children with autism, then you might be the perfect person to be your child's teacher. But keep in mind, just because we know our child best doesn't mean we're necessarily the best person to teach him or her. My second reason is along these lines. Sometimes children don't learn well from their own parents or caregivers. I have seen over and over that as soon as a family member walks into the classroom where the child is behaving wonderfully, the child starts freaking out, can no longer attend to task, no longer communicates effectively, and the behavior management skills just go right into the toilet. I don't know why this is. I have no idea, but sometimes kids need to learn from someone outside their family. If you've noticed this happening with your child, you're definitely not alone, and it's good to keep in mind that you might not be the best person to be with your child all day long trying to teach him the skills that you think he should know. Number 3, your tax money is paying for lots of services: occupational therapy, speech therapy, physical therapy, adaptive physical education if necessary, different kinds of specialty treatments that the schools make available to kids with different diagnoses and with different developmental delays. Your tax money is paying for that. I don't want that money wasted. I want your kid to be able to get the benefit from that money that you are spending. There are a lot of different supports that your child can get in the public schools that are more difficult for you to access if you are homeschooling, and that are not available in private schools. Most private schools, unless they're specialty schools for children with autism or that kind of thing, most private schools do not provide special education services. Your public schools are required to. That's a good thing. I do not mean to tell you that special education services are not available to you if you homeschool your child. Most states have a separate agency. In Arizona, it's called the Division of Developmental Disabilities, and those services are available to kids who fall within certain criteria. Not all children with delays, but many of them. It's much easier to have your child enrolled in the public school because those treatments flow naturally through the child's day. Number 4, school districts have all of that tax money and they pool it, so they are able to purchase specialty equipment and specialty programs, and also special people who are able to provide the extra support that children with developmental delays require. For example, they have sensory equipment that a normal family is not going to have. They have specialty teaching tools that a typical family is not going to be able to afford. These kind of things are found in the public schools all the time, and they make it a really good choice for kids with special needs. Number 5, and the one that I think is the most important. Children with developmental delays need to learn in a social environment. They need to learn all of those skills that are learned in social ways. For example, gestures, play skills, communication skills, how to use facial expressions, how to follow directions, how to follow along with a group, how to sit at circle time, how to share a snack time with peers, how to hang up a backpack and go to their desk, how to listen to a teacher. All of these things happen best in a classroom environment. I understand that we can set up situations like a play group where children have access to other children. However, most families, parents or grandparents, are not well educated in how to facilitate a child with delays learning from other kids. You can't throw a child with autism into a pool of other children who are typically developing and expect that child with autism to be able to pick up those skills. Usually there has to be some sort of a bridge, a facilitator, between the child who has the delays and the children we want him to be learning from. A bridge. In my field, we call that scaffolding. I need to provide whatever extra support is necessary for the child with the delay to be able to access the communication or the play that is happening around him. He can't do that on his own yet. He needs kind of a translator. It's like me going to Bulgaria, not speaking Bulgarian. I can hear it all around me, but I can't understand it. That's really very similar to how we think it is for children with autism, not just in the communication realm, but also with play skills and social skills. They need a translator. And most families are not well trained in how to do that. You can definitely learn those skills, but it takes a while to learn those skills. And while that's happening, your child is not getting what he needs in order to be able to learn from the environment or from his peers. We want to make sure that that's happening right from the beginning. And those kind of skills are what really good teachers and other professionals like therapists are trained to do. I don't want your child to miss out on any of that. These 5 reasons are just some of the many reasons why I think that typically it's the best idea to have a child with developmental delays in the public school system. If you believe that you have found a better option, then make sure to think through these 5 points, to ask your better option about how they provide services, how they purchase specialty equipment, to make sure that your child is getting the services that he or she really needs to be able to succeed. Of course, at all times, constantly educate yourself about how to better support your child. Kids learn not only at school, of course, they learn at home too. I will put some resources down in the info box so that you can continue to educate yourself. And of course, please subscribe to this channel and give me a thumbs up. This really helps other families to find my channel, and it helps us raise visibility for kids with special needs, for the need to support these people who are absolutely precious in every way that we possibly can. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!